interesting team.
Alright, we're just going to talk Milwaukee. Alright, love the Bucks as we know it. You know what I mean? Fuck about the Bucks.
The Greek Rizzy. Greek freak, man. This guy's special player, man. You know what I was talking about? If you listen to the Minnesota podcast, which is now live on YouTube and on MP3 for you guys to download.
Not free yet, man. We ain't done shit yet.
The attitude that the Greek freak plays with, this is what I want to see Wiggins to have. You understand? That takeover, just that mentality,
Passion
man. Yeah, he's got this passion, and he's just like, he's not egotistical with it. He knows he's good, and he knows he wants to be better, and he knows he can be one of the all-time greats if he puts the work in, and he wants it, man. I love this kid, man. Seriously, I think he's unbelievable, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was watching that thing against the Raptors in the playoffs last year, and I was just like, you know, I think they shook him a little bit. You know what I mean? They showed him potentially what could happen. You know, I think it was just a bit of confidence, a little bit more confidence with his jump shot, and then all guns blazing. But I think the way he kind of plays, his approach to going to the hole and leadership on his team in particular, I think his leadership, and he wants to be the leader. He wants it. The desire, definitely, man, definitely. You know, I kind of heard the rumours, but just watch him in the playoffs. Obviously, a big stage, and in comparison to last year, because last year they mentioned how he kind of struggled and stuff like that, and mentally just wasn't ready. But I think the guys, you know,
I think this team is ready to take a leap into the upper tiers of the East.
It's funny though, but it goes to show that you don't necessarily need a team of, you know, big names to go to a decent level. You know what I mean? Particularly in the East, you just need to drive.
If you look at Milwaukee last season, they missed Chris Middleton for the first half, and they missed Jabari Parker for the second half. You understand?
Beasley in the playoffs.
They lost Beasley in the playoffs. You understand? Hopefully, you know, listen, Jabari Parker comes back and is able to really, you know, kind of display the recovery that he showed last year. You know, he did it one time. I don't know if was it the same knee or was it a different knee?
I'm not sure about it. I'm a bit concerned about it.
I know, man. If he can come back and he can sustain this, let's just assume people are healthy, and you got him along with
Brogdon.
Well, I'll come to Brogdon, but along with Middleton, then you've got re-signed Tony Snell, good player. They lost Beasley. Beasley's at the Knicks. But then, as you just said, the continued development of Brogdon, man, and I think he could be a really solid player for them, man. I like what he showed, good confidence in the first year. I think it's only going to grow with his Rookie of the Year award.
I just do wonder, it's just, I don't think Milwaukee is beating themselves. You know what I mean? I think sometimes, you know, players you can have, because you're not on TV every week, because you haven't got that star marquee player, you know, like a LeBron Curry or whoever, or you know.
Giannis,
he is for those in the know, or he is locally, but I don't think he's a nationwide person. You know,
he's about to be.
No, he's about to be. No, I don't.
He's in Milwaukee. That motherfucker was in New York,
but that's not the case.
Or LA.
He's where he is.
Yeah, but I'm saying it doesn't take away his status as far as his ability as a superstar.
No, but I'm saying you can almost say, watching the All-Star game, he was the only one that was balling. Everyone was messing around. He was coming in like with passion and attitude, and we couldn't believe that he was in the All-Star game. So, but one point is, the whole superstar thing in the league is, we all know we're superstars. We do what we kind of want to do, where he's still trying to climb and still trying to, so he doesn't necessarily feel like he's a superstar yet, even though he's saying because he's on the echelons, but he's not there yet completely.
But if you ask Kawhi, he doesn't see himself as a superstar.
No, but Kawhi's on a different level than Giannis.
You know what I mean? Rodney Alexander just joined us from
but I don't disregard Antetokounmpo's ability and the way that he's developed from obscurity to Jason Kidd making him a point guard.
Making him a point guard.
That's what he is. That's what he is for the team. He's the point guard for the team.
Point guard last year, man, but it's more of a point forward. I don't think. I mean, because he flirts in that role sometimes when someone like what's the Australian kid from Dellavedova comes in. You know, he'll run it. Brogdon runs it sometimes. They've got enough versatility, man. I think Jason Kidd being there is a really good coach for this team at this particular time, man. I'm excited about this team, man. And I even like the way he utilises Greg Monroe and brings him off the bench, change off the style. You know, so I think the niche for centres that are not stretch centres now, you know, and just, classic back to the basket centres are that role off the bench. And I think like Jaleel Okafor could perform this role as well. And you have them as the big man off the bench. And when they come in, you go to them exclusively for 5-6 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And allow them to get some high percentage shots just to put some pressure on the defense that way. And when they come back out, then you go back to your motion shooting game, you know what I mean?
No, totally.
They got value.
Yeah, no, and I think that's what Jason Kidd has separated himself as a great coach in that regard. You know what I mean? He utilises what he's got, but in a kind of a real game time situation, not just I'm going to let this guy run for 20 minutes. He puts him in, bang, 10 minutes, second quarter, and then so he just kind of divides their time, man. So yeah, no, I respect Jason Kidd a lot, but I've still got my kind of not concerns, but I just think Milwaukee, they could have, stunned the Raptors. But then the Raptors came back, and then the way the Raptors played against the Cavs, I'm kind of like, how far have Milwaukee really got to go?
Not without Jabari Parker.
Yeah. No, we mentioned Jabari,
but last season you can't really compare their playoffs because Jabari wasn't there.
Yeah, no, that's true. So
exactly.
Like you said.
So my point to sum it up, so to cut you off, is health. This team's success is going to be dependent upon their level of health. If they're healthy, Parker and Middleton can sustain a healthy season, they're going to be vying for one of those top 4 spots in the East. Most definitely.
Snell's still there, right?
Yeah. Still resigning.
Yeah, they've got strong perimeter players. Everyone's fit. I see them doing great things.
Still got what's the gangly centre they got? John Henson.
What's that?
He's a weird looking dude, man.
Then they've got someone else as well.
You know when you go to the circus and you look in the mirrors and they distort your shape in the mirrors. That's what John Henson looks like normally.
He was doing some stuff about like racism, man. You got like some story about racial discrimination.
Yeah, because he went to Jewelers.
That's it.
And he went to pick up some jewellery, and they wouldn't open the shop for him. Yeah, man. Listen, man, you see that weird looking ass motherfucker, you wouldn't open the shop window either, man. Sorry, you fix his racial discrimination. He was really interplanetary discrimination.
What you're trying to say is,
look at this men in black looking motherfucker.
What you're trying to say is, he looks like someone straight out of the skit, the Dave Chappelle skit, where you've got the Wolfman, Frankenstein, and everything else. They're angry. It's not because they're racist. It's because of the way you are or the way
freak looking
dude. All right.
Yeah, man. So that's Milwaukee.
Bucks.
Man, we'll see how they do. See what sort of health they can sustain. And man, this is Trees, Rods, and Big E from camp. We out.
Alright, we're just going to talk Milwaukee. Alright, love the Bucks as we know it. You know what I mean? Fuck about the Bucks.
The Greek Rizzy. Greek freak, man. This guy's special player, man. You know what I was talking about? If you listen to the Minnesota podcast, which is now live on YouTube and on MP3 for you guys.